Hey, Mean Matt here. So before we get into review, we're going to talk about the dark match that's going to begin. We've got Orange Cassidy versus John Silvers, which I think is going to be interesting. And I think we talked a little bit about John Silvers yesterday, or last night in our review. This is going to be an interesting match. You got these two unique individuals. John Silvers, of course, of the Dark Order. So, I don't know.
Yeah, this rivalry, so to speak, kind of has been really random.
Yeah.
It seems as if the Dark Order has it out for Orange Cassidy for whatever reason. I don't know if they just don't like him or what the case. Like, there's no feud necessarily with the Dark Order and, best friends, Trent and Chuck. It's just one of those things where the Dark Order basically has chosen Orange Cassidy as their next victim, and John Silver was the chosen one, no pun intended there, as the one member to go against Orange Cassidy. And I don't know how this match is going to go. Like, know quite a bit about Orange Cassidy, his matches with Cody, and other matches he's had, feuding with Chris Jericho, and several others, and not really knowing too much about John Silver. I mean, him and Andy something or Andy Reynolds, I think, is his name, have been tag teaming, but this is like John Silver's first, as far as I know, singles match.
Yeah.
And it's on a big card, like full gear.
You look at Orange Cassidy, and you see a unique individual, from the best friends. This guy even had matches for the TNT Championship, the Mimosa Mayhem with Chris Jericho. And I think the guy is a unique wrestler. Puts his hands in his pocket. Wrestles sometimes with his hands in his pocket. Who knows what's in there? Who knows if he has to warm his hands up? Who knows if he's got something in there that he's going to use? Who knows if he's playing pocket pool? The guy is one of the most unique wrestlers in AEW, and he talks now, which is kind of cool. So, I can't wait to see what this match is going to bring. I would talk about dark matches. It's going to be pretty cool to watch. Even if I don't get it, I'll probably find it eventually. But who do you think is going to win?
It's one of those things where it's like, there's not really going to be a benefit for either of them in this match. I mean, they probably will continue a feud with Orange Cassidy, I think. But it's like, okay, if John Silver wins, then they may go on to somebody else. If Orange Cassidy wins, they may continue on a rivalry there, and maybe have a few more matches, and then go off and do something else. Like, it's one of those things where it'd be a good match, but I don't see any benefit from it. The matches we talked about last night, there's potential for other things to happen and to come out of it. With this one, it's like, it's weird how it started. The match, I think, should be good, but
Yeah.
After the match is like, what's next?
Maybe
That being said, though, could potentially see Orange Cassidy win, and then work something else with John Silver, continue their feud, continue the rivalry,
Yeah.
and hopefully have something interesting
Oh.
come out of it, because, like, it's interesting how Orange Cassidy is the target of the Dark Order, but, like, other than that, there's not really any major implications.
Mhm.
So we'll have to see how it goes.
Yeah.
What will happen.
Yeah, I mean, Orange Cassidy has best friends, John Silver's has Dark Order, so it's kind of an even fight. So, yeah, we'll see when it gets there, I guess.
Yeah.
Right. Here. This is Killer Kyle. And welcome to welcome to another episode of Wheels of Fury. And we're going to talk about AEW Full Gear, which happens tomorrow night.
Yes. And it's looking like a stacked card, my friend.
Oh, shit, buddy. I can't wait to see what's going to happen. And you look at what's going on in the world right now. And yes, I know that AEW doesn't necessarily do cinematic matches.
Right.
But with what they do, it's awesome in
Yeah.
my opinion. You're going to see two guys battle it out that have known each other for decades, or a decade or whatever.
Mm.
You're going to see a rematch from Double or Nothing.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's going to be epic.
Yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun to watch, hopefully. It's going to be a lot of fun to talk about for sure. And yeah, generally when you have lead up for matches or a match, you go into it with high expectations and you hope the match is going to be really good. And there are build up for matches where you know it's going to be a good, great, awesome match from the build up. And there's one match on this card I feel that there is going to be very epic, but I'll talk about that when we get to it.
Awesome. Yeah, let's get it done. So the first match we're going to talk about is a rematch from Double or Nothing.
Mm-hmm.
And unfortunately, it was a bit of a train wreck.
Yeah.
I mean, it's all on how you perceive it, but
Yeah.
you've got Matt Hardy versus Sammy Guevara.
Delete deletion!
Yes! And so obviously it's gonna be broken Matt Hardy, but I guess, you know what, you know, talking about cinematic matches, well, that should be one of them. I mean,
I think so, yeah.
but I think this match, you know, Sammy talking about ending Matt Hardy's career, it kind of seems like it'll be interesting to see where that goes. Obviously, might see Rebby or Senor Benjamin.
Maybe.
Maybe. Who knows?
Yeah.
The drum thingy. I always forget.
Vanguard one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But this is going to be a good match nonetheless. And I think that they need to redeem the last match.
Yeah, they do.
This rematch should be pretty cool.
And it seemed like they had basically ended the rivalry. And it's like, okay, Sammy's doing his own thing, Matt's recovering from his concussion, he's managing Private Party, so they're doing their own thing. But I don't feel like they would have had closure and a complete finish to the rivalry with the way the match ended at Double or Nothing. So that's why they're going to have this match at Full Gear. Have this match, whoever wins, whoever loses. And then, okay, Sammy can go off and do more stuff with the Inner Circle and, go into another rivalry of some kind. Matt can, continue managing Private Party and maybe have another rivalry with somebody else down the road, who knows.
Well, unless one of them falls in the lake.
True.
But, yeah, I can't wait to see if they have the zoo with them, or share of wheels, long of moors.
Yeah.
But,
Yeah.
That's gonna be a good match. I want to say that Matt Hardy's gonna win, just because Sammy has had his share of smack talk, and I know that Matt went through the crowd. He was wearing a luchador mask and attacked Sammy.
Yeah.
So that was this past Wednesday. I honestly still will say Matt, because Matt needs to redeem himself.
Yes.
He needs to have a win over Sammy, and then we'll see where that goes.
Yeah, for sure. Like, the rivalry has been fairly good, and Sammy has gotten a few wins over Matt, so I think Matt should get the win on this one. And, that will, I feel, put this rivalry to bed.
Yeah.
And they will move on to other things.
Oh, that's...
It'll be interesting to see what happens in this match and how it's going to go. I don't know if they will be able to do things along the lines of how they did, matches of this kind when Matt wrestled for Impact Wrestling, or how that's gonna go, but it should be interesting, nevertheless.
So who's your pick then?
Matt Hardy.
Yeah. Awesome.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. So we have a tag team match, bro. We got FTR versus the Young Bucks.
Yeah.
And not sure what's up the Young Bucks' ass.
I don't know what the fuck's up the Young Bucks' ass.
Because you have them super kick everybody. It's a super kick party, if you will. I just don't know what to say anymore. And you have FTR, and it was mentioned on Wednesday, no flips, just kicks, which was a throwback, I believe, to the Revival days.
Yeah.
But you have two very interesting styles. You've got FTR, the old school mentality, with Tully Blanchard, and yes, that's exactly it. They're no flips, just kicks. They're a good tag team. They isolate the opponent from the partner. You've got the Young Bucks, who have wrestled in TNA, in New Japan, and Ring of Honor, so they have that. They basically are one of the best wrestlers in the new decade, or whatever. Well, I guess. Well, it is what it is. They wrestled a long time.
Yes.
So, I don't know who's going to win, but I do believe that this is going to be one hell of a match.
Oh yeah, this should be a really good match. And, you know, talk about super kick party. Well, lately it's been a super kick party gone wrong, because they fucking super kicked Tony Schiavone. They super kicked the other announcer backstage interview dude. They've super kicked referees. They've super kicked anybody and everybody who's their mother.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, okay, if you guys are trying to be heels, that's a weird way to go about it.
Yeah.
It's almost as if they think because they're, you know, executive VPs of the company, they can do whatever they want when they want, and they don't give a fuck. Yeah, well, you're got a piss poor fucking representation of the company when, one, you're an executive of the company, and you're also a competitor, and you got your head shoved so far up your own fucking ass, you can tell what you had for breakfast that morning. And I mean, I can understand why Young Bucks have been essentially doing their best they can to earn a title opportunity and so on and so forth. But guys, you're one of the best tag teams in the world right now, and you're doing this stupid ass shit? Get it together, will ya? Fuck.
Yeah, I mean, I can't say it better myself. And it's interesting because Wednesday, it was almost like you had an elite reunion.
Yeah.
Because you had the match with the Private Party and the Young Bucks.
Yeah. You have Sammy Guevara attack Matt Hardy.
Yeah.
The match goes on. Young Bucks get the win.
Yeah.
FTR comes out and they attack the Young Bucks. And of course, Matt Jackson got an injury at some point in the match to his ankle. FTR's beating up the Young Bucks. And they have a steel chair and they put it on Matt's ankle. That's pretty much it. And it's like, oh, they're gonna take out friggin'
Yeah.
Matt Jackson before the match. Here comes Hangman Page to chase off FTR and Tully Blanchard. Kenny Omega's not far behind him. And then the Young Bucks yelling and screaming and whatever at FTR, and there's Hangman and Omega face to face talking to each other, and it's like, interesting.
Yeah. There it is. And it's actually kind of true. Well, you know, Matt has a bad foot. I don't know how well he's going to do in this match.
Yeah.
So, if they can pull off a miracle, that would be fucking interesting.
Yeah.
But I'm still going to say FTR. I don't know if I said that before, but I'm saying it now. FTR is going to win.
Yeah, I mean, as cool as it would be to see the Young Bucks as tag champions, with Matt's ankle being the way it is, I don't know. It could easily be a retention by the FTR.
Right.
A rematch for the AEW Women's Championship. You have the current Women's Champion Hikaru Shida going one-on-one with the woman she essentially took the title off of, in the native beast, Nyla Rose.
They know this match is going to be interesting.
Yeah.
It's very cool to have Vicky Guerrero again in Nyla Rose's corner, and how she basically said excuse me in Japanese to Yoshida.
Yeah.
So, I mean, this match is going to be pretty cool. I think that Nyla Rose is a good wrestler nonetheless. I think she's a great powerhouse.
Yeah.
I think that Yoshida is basically one of those wrestlers that, I mean, they both have different styles.
Yes.
Let's just say you got the powerhouse in Nyla Rose, You got Sheeta, who's basically the martial artist, if you will.
Yeah.
The one that can kick anyone's ass and retain her title with anybody, I guess. So, it's a tough call.
Yeah.
Because on one hand, you got Sheeta that, like I said, it can beat Nyla Rose in a second.
Yeah.
And retain her title, but you have Nyla Rose who can basically beat the shit right out of her and win this match and win back the title. But you also have Vicky in Nyla's corner, and she can basically cheat or help Nyla cheat. So that's a tough call.
Yeah.
I believe though that although I've said a lot of good things about Sheeta, I think Nyla's gonna get her title back.
Potentially, yes. I mean, the history's there. It'll be an interesting match for sure. The X factor of Vicky Guerrero in this match will be interesting, whether Vicky will have any interference in the match on behalf of Nyla. Who knows? Can Hikaru Shida retain the title against Nyla? Yes. It'll take quite the effort to fend off Nyla Rose, I feel. And, you know, she pulled out all the stops against Nyla to ultimately take the title from her, so she's going to have to do that much and maybe more to keep the title. And, you know, Nyla Rose, like Mac said, a Mack truck. You know, she's the native beast for a reason.
Yep.
And, I mean, if she gets the title back Saturday, she'll be the first person to hold a title more than once in the company. Can Nyla win? Yes. Will Nyla win? I don't know. Can Shida win? Yes. Will she? Who knows? It's up in the air, really. Both are very talented.
Yeah.
Both are great competitors. Both are fairly good on the microphone, although I think they have Vicky do most of the talking as for Nyla. Just like Nyla's good on the microphone, but she's not that ominous, if you will. Like she's this big, intimidating woman, but she doesn't really talk like she's this big, intimidating woman.
Did you hit puberty there, pal?
Nyla talks like she's, you know, scolding her child, basically.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, Hikaru Shida doesn't speak very much, but that's only because, you know, she's Japanese and her English is not, like, it's good, you can understand it, but, you know, it's basically what you call broken English.
Yeah.
And...
well, kind of like Io Shirai in a way.
Yeah, more or less. But, yeah, I'll say Sheeta, just for the hell of it, basically. Rematch of all rematches, you could say, for the TNT Championship. The champion, the Prince of Pro Wrestling, the American Nightmare Cody, defends against the unpredictable, unorthodox man of mystery, Darby Allin. And, you know, the first time they wrestled each other, they went to a draw. Then they had that lumberjack match where Cody retained with some interference on the part of Arn Anderson. And now you go into this match at Full Gear.
Yeah.
And it was really interesting when they had the 6-man tag match. It was Cody and the Gun Club against Colt Cabana, Ken,
Yeah.
and John Silver.
Yes.
What Cody had to say at the end of that match, directed towards Darby Allin, is like, that was very well done.
Very passionate. I don't recall ever seeing Cody have that much, I guess, passion, if you will. I mean, I haven't heard him yell before.
Yeah.
Or whatever. So that was pretty cool. And it is no surprise that Darby Allin is one of my favorite wrestlers.
Yes.
Nowadays, the guy is unique. Very fucking unique.
Yes.
You know, he has the thing with the body bag. He's got the skateboard. You know, he did a thing with fucking Steve-O.
Yes.
So that was cool.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, I think that he can definitely... It'll be odd to see him with a red title, but...
Yeah.
He's definitely there. He can definitely be Cody. My thing, though... You look at the history. You've got the American Dream, Death to Both, baby. You've got Dustin Rhodes. And then you had Cody. Now, Cody Rhodes was a guy that wrestled in WWE. Yes, Stardust was interesting. Whatever. The dude goes to TNA, New Japan,
Ring of Honor.
Ring of Honor, yes. And he's Cody Rhodes. But for some reason, he goes to AEW. And he's Cody. And people were like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Why did you not want to take that name? That is your name, your family's legacy's name, and you didn't want to take it. But the fact of the matter is that fucking Vince McMahon, yeah, we're not gonna take it, it's WWE. It's WWE property. Well, recently, you have to now take, because it's no longer a trademark at WWE, now it's Cody Rhodes. Now, I'm not sure when he's gonna be Cody Rhodes, because Wednesday he was just Cody. But the fact of the matter is that people were so fucking butthurt because he wasn't Cody Rhodes anymore. And now he can be. Who knows when that's gonna happen. The fact, and that's the truth. Cody Rhodes is coming back, I don't know when. And it just really pisses me off how people, and who cares, really, it's a fucking name.
Yeah.
Yes, it's legacy. You have Dustin Rhodes, who still has it. But the fact is, Cody Rhodes is coming back, whatever. Is he one of my favorite wrestlers? No. I mean, he's done a lot in the past few years. Hell, 2016 was his year.
Yeah.
And he's already been TNT champion. He's already been AEW. Well, has he been AEW? Yeah.
No, Cody's only been TNT champion because he had that match with Jericho, and he said if he lost, he wouldn't challenge for the AEW championship again.
Right.
So,
And the guy's executive.
yeah.
So there's that. Okay, fine, whatever. I don't see him throw his weight around. I don't see him be that arrogant. So he has lost matches. I will say that.
Yeah, I mean, as much as Cody is like one of the executives of the company, it's not about him, it's about the company itself. And putting talent over, whether it be Darby Allin, whether it be Brody Lee, whether it be Hangman Page,
Oh yeah.
or Moxley, or Semi, or FTR, or Santana and Ortiz, or any of the women. The list goes on and on and on.
Yeah. As far as this match goes, is it Darby Allin's time? Maybe. The company's a year old.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that doesn't mean much, but I think that it would be interesting to see the title on Darby. I think right now, the American Nightmare can still have the title, can still have more matches
Yes.
with other people. So honestly, and as much as I am torn by saying this, I'm gonna pick Cody.
Yeah. You could easily see Darby Allin as TNT champion. Just not right now.
Yeah.
Cody just having got the title back in that epic dog collar match. And, he's off on another run as champion. He's only held the title for a few weeks. He's going into a big show, a big event, as champion against Darby Allin. And he's going to keep the title, go for a significant run with the title. And then, when time comes, he'll drop it either to Darby Allin or somebody else. But for right now, I feel the title stand with Cody.
So now we go on to this match. We've got very interesting, I don't even know if you want to call it feud, Chris Jericho versus Michael Jacob Friedman.
Maxwell.
Don't matter. MJF.
Wow. Talk about not giving a fuck.
Yeah, I know.
But the stipulation for this match is if MJF wins, he joins the Inner Circle. And when you had MJF and Wardlow against Ortiz and Guevara, that was a very good match, but then fucking have MJF attack Jericho while Jericho was on commentary as they're leaving. He's like, okay.
Yeah, that actually I liked. I don't know why, but I liked it. Because it came out of nowhere.
Oh, yeah.
And the fact is, yeah, the stipulation really sucks. It does. I'm sorry. I think that they should just have a straight out match. And I think that the epic musical theater number was awesome.
Yeah, that was good.
And I'm not exactly a theater nerd, but I loved every minute of that, and it was unique.
Yes.
To see these two, embrace each other and compliment each other and then insult each other afterwards.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
kind of So, you have MJF kiss their ass. Well, he didn't really give Sammy any gift or anything.
Yeah.
But whatever. So, yeah, wanting to join the Inner Circle's it was cool when John Moxley kind of did a fake out. But
Yeah.
this is kind of Inner Circle's not NWO. I don't know why you would want to have a lot of members join that team. In fact, that was another stable, the Triangle something or other. I thought.
Oh, you mean with Pentagon, Phoenix, and Pac?
Yes.
Yeah.
Actually, Pac Gollum got a promo on Wednesday, so he's coming back.
Yeah. Pentagon and Phoenix with the Butcher and the Blade, and of course Eddie Kingston. That basically leaves Pac on his own.
Yeah, I would say so. So, I think MJF is probably one of the best heels in the business, and that includes WWE, because here's a guy that is a good bad guy. That is what a heel should be. Somebody that you do not like. Now, maybe there are fans of MJF. I'm not one of them, as you could tell. But the fact of the matter is, he's good at what he does.
Yeah.
Chris Jericho is a 30-year veteran. A 31-year veteran. I think that he's got more I was gonna think of the word, but I can't. He's got more in his pocket, let's say, than MJF. He can do a lot more, and he can win the match on Saturday. I think that's gonna be a good match nonetheless, but I'm gonna say that Jericho's gonna win.
Yeah. See, there's two ways to look at it.
Yeah.
The Inner Circle is a big enough group, 5 guys. They don't need any more. So, and they're off and running. They're doing very well. Jericho was the AEW champion, and then he lost it to Moxley, and there's all that.
Yeah.
And so you could easily say Jericho's going to win because the Inner Circle doesn't need any more members and all whatever. You also could look at it as MJF wins on Saturday, joins the Inner Circle, and maybe somehow finds a way to turn the Inner Circle against Jericho. MJF becomes the leader of the Inner Circle. They oust Jericho. Jericho turns face to get retribution on the Inner Circle and MJF or whatever.
That's awesome. I love that shit. Yeah. Yeah, that would be cool. You know what? I'm going to change my answer. I'm going to say MJF. Just for that.
Yeah. I mean, will MJF win? Maybe. I mean, he is going to have Wardlow with him. And
Yeah.
I'm sure Jericho will probably have Hagar with him and maybe the other, or maybe Santana and Ortiz, who knows. The thing is, though, like, if you're going to have MJF win, have him win in a way that makes sense and that'll work. And if you have Jericho win, like, okay, have it be a definitive win, a clean win, and then go from there.
Yeah.
It'll be really interesting to see what happens. Like, I had heard something mentioned about that on, I think it was YouTube or something about, MJF winning and,
Yeah.
becoming, they oust Jericho and the MJF becomes leader of the Inner Circle and, Jericho turns face. Will it happen? Maybe. I don't know, but
I'll add to that, though, because I don't that. Basically, Wardlow is MJF's bitch.
basically, yeah.
So, when is enough enough?
Yeah.
So, yes, I can see a double turn. You've got MJF as the new leader of the Inner Circle. You have Wardlow, who's going to now align himself with Chris Jericho and turn face.
Yeah.
And then go from there.
Yeah. That would be interesting.
So,
I mean, yeah, there's got to be a point where Wardlow gets tired of getting berated, belittled, talked down to by MJF, and just wreaks havoc on him.
yeah.
Will it be Saturday? Who knows? We'll just have to wait and see.
Yeah. The match that obviously was going to happen. So you have this tournament, and you have Kenny Omega won the semifinals match, and then you got Adam Page win this summit. So you knew right away that they were going to wrestle each other because they just broke up as a tag team.
Yeah.
So, I mean, yeah, Adam Page versus Kenny Omega. Now, Kenny Omega has wrestled all over. He's, well, except WWE.
Yeah.
Well, unless you include Deep South.
Yeah.
But you have him in New Japan. He wrestles in the Bullet Club, and then, of course, the Elite with the Young Bucks, and then he's in Ring of Honor. You know, same with Adam Page. Adam Page is in the Bullet Club of Ring of Honor. He wrestles in Japan, and of course, I'm sure all over,
Yeah.
except WWE. So it's like, these two guys definitely are not enemies. I think that they have a mutual respect for each other.
Yes.
You have Adam Page, who's the beer, whiskey, scotch drinking cowboy,
Yeah.
cowboy shit.
Yeah.
You have Kenny Omega, the straight edge, I guess, brawler, if you will. I don't even think he's a brawler, whatever.
No.
But it's gonna be one hell of a match, I can tell you that. A winner, I can't tell you.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, if you have Hangman win, you know, and challenge the champion, whoever it'll be, when he decided to challenge for the championship, and, you know, say he wins the championship, it'll be redemption, retribution for, you know, losing to Jericho to become the first ever AEW champion. If you have Kenny win, it's like, okay, it'll pretty much be the first time in Kenny's career he's been a world champion.
Yeah, that is true. I mean, it's unfortunate that he never got the IWGP Championship or the Ring of Honor Championship. So, I mean, hell, he wrestled in Mexico. I don't think he even got a CMLL or...
Well, he's the AAA Mega
Oh.
Champion, so
So-
I mean...
Okay, I was wrong.
Foul!
You're right there. So yeah, I think that this guy definitely can beat Adam Page. Now that being said, I think Adam Page has a unique style. It can go either way, to be quite honest. So I honestly can't pick a winner. I just think that the one hell of two guys that can beat the shit out of each other, put on a good match, and whoever wins, wins.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
The main event of the evening, for the AEW Championship, you got Jon Moxley defending against Eddie Kingston in an I Quit match.
Oh, yes. You know, it's one of those things that you have two guys, two intense motherfuckers, and Eddie Kingston and fucking Jon Moxley. And you got Eddie Kingston, a guy that wrestled probably in CZW, same as John, and other places. And they knew each other way, way back in the day. And of course, Eddie talks about how John went to sports entertainment, referring to Dean Ambrose and referring to WWE, whatever the fuck, who cares? But these two guys had one hell of a match when Eddie Kingston debuted AEW. And so this guy definitely is one of the toughest guys in professional wrestling. You've got Jon Moxley, a guy that's been in many good matches. He's been in the fucking a lot of death matches in CZW. He had a death match in AEW. Holy fucking shit. And people hated it. Why? It's something new. Yeah, it's dangerous, but you know what? It's professional fucking wrestling. I really enjoyed it. I'm sure you really enjoyed it. It was awesome. To see these two guys go at it. And you know, I talked earlier on our Facebook chat. You know, it's so refreshing to see two guys who are gonna wrestle each other in a pay-per-view. And you know what? They don't touch. They don't have to touch. Yeah, they went nose to nose, but that was about it. We're gonna see a fight. We're gonna see a fucking brawl in this match. It's gonna be fucking epic, and I can't wait.
Need I say more? I mean, this is the match that I was talking about at the start of the video. That'll be epic, just from the build-up. The shit talked by Moxley, the shit talked by Eddie Kingston. You know, they're face-to-face in the ring this past Wednesday, and things that were said at that point. You know this match is going to be good. You know, I Quit rules. Sky's the limit on what the fuck they can do.
I mean, Eddie Kingston has to be one of the most intense Latino guys that is a good shit talker.
Yeah.
The promos that he cuts, it's just amazing. and you could feel the anger and everything. The same goes with Moxley.
Yeah.
John Moxley is one of the unique wrestlers of today that can still go.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I fucking saw John Moxley as Dean Ambrose take on Bray Wyatt in a Peterborough street fight. It was still an epic match. And the fact of the matter is, that can't be taken away from me. John Moxley is one of my favorite wrestlers of today, and I think that this match, either way, it's going to be an awesome match.
Yeah.
I mean, can Eddie get the title? Is it too soon? I don't know. But I can't fucking wait.
It was more or less Kingston's whole speech was 18 years in the business is all culminating to this one point, this one match. And being a world champion. No other championship, no other company mattered, just AEW and the AEW championship. He sacrificed so much for the love of the business. Wishes, thoughts, hopes, prayers, dreams, passions, all that other stuff to be a world champion of some kind.
Mm-hmm.
And this is his chance. I don't think he will squander this opportunity. The thing is, I don't know if it'll be Moxley's time to lose the title yet. He's already held the title 250 days almost.
Yeah.
I could easily see Moxley go another little while with the championship.
Yeah.
Will it be a great match? I think it will be an epic fucking match. Is it Eddie's time? That's yet to be determined.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, no. But it's true. You look at any other sport, and you've got professional wrestling and mixed martial arts. More or less professional wrestling. You're out. You're traveling the world a fucking billion times a year. You have to sacrifice your family, your time, your friends, whatever it takes, so you can get that money to give your family a better life. And you're away from them all the time. Because you have a passion. You have a passion to get your shit together and win matches and win titles and all of that. And if that means sacrifice, sweat, tears, blood, it don't matter. But the fact of the matter is, it's a sport that I love. It's a sport that Kyle loves. And yes, I'm sure if we weren't like this, we would be in that ring.
Yeah.
But then I see half the shit they do, and I'm like, I'm glad I'm not there. But the fact is, it is awesome, and it's gonna be that match that I'm looking forward to, because I know that these two guys are passionate for what they do, and they're gonna put on one hell of a motherfucking match. It's gonna be so cool, it's gonna be great, and I can't wait.
Damn straight.
That was fun.
Yes.
It is very rare that we get to have a geek hour.
Yeah, exactly right.
But no, I mean, the folk year is going to be a good show.
Yeah.
I know that Daly's Place is the main thing right now.
Yeah.
And it is what it is.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's what we have to do, and that's what we have to do. There's going to be a lot of good matches. It's going to be fucking epic, and that's what we said. I can't wait to see what happens in the future with these guys. I can't wait to see who wins the championships or retains the championships. And I can't wait to see what the final deletion match is going to look like.
Oh yeah, really.
So, yeah, this is going to be cool. And I can't wait. I know Killer Kyle can't wait. So, for Killer Kyle, I mean Matt. We will talk to you next time. Deuces.
Bye, yo!